guess so.
Yeah, if not,
I really don't know.
See, if not, we're gonna find out.
My mind's not exactly, it's I'm a little insane in the membrane. Insane, got no brain.
All right.
Where am I cornholio?
The great Royal.
Fire.
Yeah.
How about we kick back to like Mojo Dojo?
Yeah. The Mojo Jojo is who I am. Anyways, good evening. Welcome to Game Chat and Chill. I'm Eric. This is
Shane,
we got.
what's going?
Yeah, Drain Dave.
Drain Dave's back. So, this is episode 16. It's been a while. So, do you guys want to good to see you again? Good to see you again.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, lady.
Girls, getting into it.
What you got?
So is this like technically start of season 2, or is this continuation, or just whatever it is?
Let's make it monumental. 4th of July.
Oh yeah, today's 4th of July. Happy 4th of July.
Independence Day.
Yep. Go Merca. All that
right.
good stuff. Yeah. USA.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vets.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan to wave the flag around and go USA.
Hey, we got to put ours up still.
Huh?
I got to put our flag
Right here.
up. There you go.
Psalm 33, verse 12. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord.
Amen.
Telling you know if you know who Hacksaw Jim Duggan is from back in the day.
Yeah, he had the
2x4 into the flag.
Yeah.
USA.
Bonesaws ready. Sorry.
90s references.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
it's been a while. Everybody's been busy. What's everybody been up to? Who wants to start?
Bought a motorcycle. Finally got it.
There you go. You brought it, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's outside.
I was wondering, is Shane here? Then I got out of the car finally and I saw the motorcycle. I'm like, oh, he is here.
Yeah.
Yep, been working on that for a while. School's out, so summer school or the kids are on vacation. It's a big one, so that's fun. We're doing a lot of activities, going to the park, being
So the
outside.
school's done for them too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, it does. It's 4th of July.
Yeah, it's July. Hopefully it is.
Yep.
Otherwise.
Yep, a little bit. Other than that, it's been quiet. Not much else going on for the most part. It's been quiet. That's been taking up a lot of time, at least on my end. Cleaning up the yard, getting ready to do some sealing the driveway. My wife's done a lot of, landscaping, and shout out to her. She's done a lot. It's amazing what she's done with some flowers and stuff. Had a tree taken out in the backyard. Clean up, get ready for before we got to start winterizing. We got a couple more months. It seems fast when you think about it.
It's so crazy already. It's like as soon as July hits, all of a sudden it's September. It's like, where did the summer go?
4 months. Yeah.
Well, technically, most of September is still technically summertime.
Yeah.
Just everybody's back in school, but you're,
It just seems like the older you get, it's just like, wow, it seems like time goes by fast. And it seems like it keeps going by faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized
like,
when I hit 25, like, it seemed like everything was like, wow, everything's dragging. It seemed like everything dragged all the time. When I hit 25, all of a sudden it's like,
And try to be busy.
what? Do I have no time for anything? What's going on? Yeah, it's exactly what goes on. Like, young people, why is everything dragging out? Well, you're older, it's not going to drag out. You're like wondering where the time went.
I remember when summer vacation out of school, that seemed like it was like forever. And it's like, now you think it's 3 months,
Yeah, I always hate that, because by the time school started back again, it's like, where did summer go?
Depending on if you go to camp or...
Yeah, well, we didn't really...
My brother would go to Boy Scout camp.
We didn't really do much or anything. I mean, when I got older, I would start working, but...
That was fun to parade yesterday, too, so we'll shout out to that.
Oh, yeah, that was
fun.
awesome, yeah.
I still miss seeing, the high schools have the
It's
band
too
out
short.
and stuff.
Like, that's why we don't really go to them
It's-
anymore. It's because everything's gone downhill.
Yeah. Well, is it
They
an
don't,
hour?
they don't put the money or effort in.
Yeah.
They use money for
It's
other
only like half the parade that it used to be.
Yeah, and they should, because that's part of celebrating
Yeah.
Independence Day, that you're actually encouraged and supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Take a flag out.
Yeah, back
celebrate.
when I was a kid, they would have had the carnival going on up at the park, Village Park.
Yeah.
The fire
I only got to see it
department.
1 year.
All
The
the
fire
local
department
ones
would have
did.
done. The fire department would have done their fireworks for 2 nights or whatever. How many nights they did it?
I remember, because I got to be here in town at the tail end of that.
Mm-hmm.
So the year that I moved here was the last year of the carnival, and it blew my mind. For like 2 weeks before 4th of July, everybody's partying.
Yeah.
Like, there's just fireworks going off, the fire trucks are driving up and down the street, honking the horns, just celebrating.
Right. It's like what you said yesterday because we saw they're throwing out candy, right? And it's like the only day where you can see a little infant baby in the passenger seat throwing out candy out the window.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not old enough to be there. You know, not against that, but I mean, that's just, you're
Sure,
celebrating.
it was the other way around. The baby was driving the car down the road for the parade. And
It didn't look like Baby Boss to me.
Okay, let's drive this. I'll throw out the candy.
Stop that, reverse it.
So, what have you been up to the past few months?
Work, kids here and there. Got wheels again.
Nice.
Cool.
Then the brake locked up all of a sudden, and it wasn't making the tire move, and then I got that fixed. It ended up being the emergency brake not locking up. Praise the Lord, it wasn't needed calipers or anything like that. Yeah. It's taken care of, though. It's out there driving, and praise the Lord.
Sometimes, like, if a vehicle's been setting, that's what happens. Like,
well, he only said for a month, which is probably my fault, because of who blessed me with it, and praise the Lord for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just trying to, going through some things, but the Lord's good, and so.
Yeah.
I did get in contact with my cousin again. He ended up contacting me, stuff going on, and he was just texting about, like, I was telling my daughters, because he's like playing games with them, and he said it's saying how arrogant they get with stuff, and then he whooped them in, like, they beat him in, like, Super Smash Brothers, and then he would whoop him in Tekken. And he's not even that good. He said, I'm not even that good at Tekken. And he's like, I was telling him about my cousin. Because they were watching like a gaming channel or whatever. The kids, they watch like gamers that have gaming channels on YouTube. And he's like, I should my cousin should do that. And I was like, and he was telling, like, yeah, that's exactly.
Like, did you ever see the
he's like, yeah, so yeah, like I told him, yeah, you're doing that, but he's like, he was telling me, yeah, like I'm like, well, I'm not as good as I used to be at some stuff, but he was just like kind of just memories because a lot of time I haven't seen him in a few years. So he's busy all the time as a state trooper. So.
Oh, okay.
But it was just kind of funny. Some of the stuff bringing back memories and thinking stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like you realize you get older, man. My hands don't move the same way.
Yeah.
I can't do the stuff.
It's so crazy.
Like stuff that was like really hard that people nowadays they're like, how can you play that? And you're like, yeah, it's hard, but like some of the stuff that we've tried to show, we haven't even really showed off certain things like Ninja Guide and all that stuff. That stuff's hard as hell to me, but unless they're playing, people nowadays are playing like Dark Souls or something like that. They don't have a clue of like what hard games really are.
Yeah, Matthew, he's just getting into like learning exactly how hard the games are. He just tried playing that Lost World Jurassic Park the other day, and you can't get. Well, I think they got through 3 or 4 boards, but after that, like you just get destroyed. Like all the dinosaurs eat you, and like when you stop to get health, you can only take like a bite, and then it only moves your bar just a hair. So it's like you never really fully get your health back after you've been attacked.
Yeah,
So somehow you got to learn how to evade the whole time.
There's patterns, there's different things, and you gotta get like just be quick with the quick on the things and follow the patterns. And Mega Man made me think about that, like, because somebody did a list of, like, their top 10 Capcom games that aren't fighting games, basically. And Mega Man 2 was, I don't know if he put it at number 2 or 3, the guy that did it. And that's old Nintendo. That's all. They didn't even have the slide back then on the old 8-bit Nintendo. So those games, and Mega Man 2 was, like, probably one of the better ones ever made. But it's like, and those games are hard. Like, they're not easy.
Yeah, a lot of stuff you have to memorize. Like, if you're not good at memorizing, you're going to suck.
So I'm going off topic, just just catching up on what my cousin was saying to me. I was just like, thought it was funny. Told him it was kind of funny. We're getting old. I told him he's making me feel old.
Yeah.
Because he just had a baby, and I'm just like, he's making me feel old, man. He's got 6 girls.
Oh my word.
He's like 3 years younger than me.
That's crazy. So with me, it's just been really busy, really hectic. The nursery business, dealing with all the plants and sales and stuff like that. That's finally, like, the sales end of it is done. I still got stuff I got pot up for next year, but that's just I can do whenever I want kind of thing here and there. And then Tiffany's brother passed away. Beginning of June, I believe. Beginning of June. So that's kind of been a really big part of our lives the past couple months. That's where Tiffany's left to now. They're finally settled down enough to where they're doing the celebration of life. He got cremated. it was a logging accident somehow. Some logs crushed his head or something, and it was pretty bad. Like they didn't want his wife to see him because he was so bad. They tried resuscitating him, but they couldn't bring him back. Left behind 4 kids and a wife. So that's where she's going. Her and her sister and the grandmother going down to PA to get that taken care of, and it's sad. So like that's what, so between that and other stuff, it's been complete chaos here, and there's too much running around. I'm glad it's finally starting to slow down a little bit, and we can relax a little bit, and hopefully once in a while we can get together again like this and just pick up where we left off.
Absolutely.
So yeah, other than that, things are going good. I switched jobs. I don't know if that was on here last time. I don't work at the sewing factory anymore.
No, that's been a while since.
I can't remember when.
Yeah, it was a few months before even even happened.
So yeah, that's new with me. I switched jobs, so I'm a little bit more busier with that. Like I work a little bit later with that, but at the same time, it's still what do you call that? Kind of free reign to the loosey goosey. I can come and go when I please. And make my own hours, kind of thing. So that part of it's nice. I don't have to sit there and work to death anymore. I'm too old for all that crap. I'm pushing 45. You guys are already there.
I'm getting close to pushing 50.
You're getting close to pushing 50. So it's that time where it's just like, 40 hours is enough. 40 hours a week is enough. We got to pay the bills. We got to take care of the kids, and too much is too much sometimes. So anyways, on that note, now we're all caught up. This is episode 16, and I remember last time we started off with, just to kind of break the silence of the dad jokes, I got a couple zingers here. See if you guys will like them. So the first one is, don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. Just to lighten the mood, the next one is, singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera. Anyway,
you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Stairs. He said, yeah.
Trying to lighten the mood.
Made me think of Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, there you go.
Seafood?
Like the second one, he's like walking up those big stairs. He's like, my whole enemy, stairs.
Yep. Yep.
Dragon Warrior.
So I went through, and there wasn't a whole lot of action as far as comments. I was able to maintain some sort of a video.
I did see
thing, for YouTube.
Games
I was still, because I just pre-programmed everything ahead of time until we ran out of videos, and then from that point on, over the past couple weeks, I've just jumped on here and there just to throw some Fortnite or random Black Ops things.
No, that's the funny thing. Whatever stairs you go up, or if you go down, you always end up where you started.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you have to.
I'm not gonna say what might prevent that from happening, but if you go up the stairs. But
well, anyway.
So, anyways,
decided to leave a different way. But.
So I tried. Even though I didn't have the time, I tried keeping the channel going until we could get back into things.
Yeah, so you guys play. You put up Shredder's Revenge, the Turtles game. You guys playing that?
Yeah, because I was going through the videos. I'm like, what am I missing? And I know I'm missing something, and I'm like, wait a second, I never got Shane's video up when we did the game chat. So I edited that quick. I changed a little bit on there. I added a little bit of video in the intro kind of thing, just so that people can relate to the game we're talking about, and then it transitioned into us talking. Same at the end. At the end, transitioned into back to game footage kind of thing. So
I liked it when going over because you play, but then it's revisiting and it surfaces up stuff if you haven't played in a while. But then it's like going through the whole thing.
Yeah, I'd like doing that.
A verbal walkthrough.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, here's the pros and cons. Here's what came out of the corner. This is something before doing the boss.
There's a couple new ones coming out that are worth playing. That's the beat 'em up, the old school beat 'em up, the Toxic Crusader Avenger. It's like the Turtles game.
Toxic Avenger, really?
Yeah, and it's all these different characters you use, and then there's a Marvel beat 'em up that's made by the same guys that made the Shredder's Revenge and Streets of Rage 4.
I was going to ask you. I needed to know what those games were and when they're coming out because I got to write them down.
They're coming out in the next few months. I know that.
Exactly. Then there's the other one too, the Terminator one. Remember?
Yeah, the Terminator that's coming out in September.
Okay.
The 2D.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Based on the second movie.
Figures. What else comes out in September? Borderlands 4.
Borderlands 4.
Yeah. So anyways,
Yeah, you said the graphics on it was amazing, right? What you saw for
the graphics look like
I saw
I don't know how
the
they
characters.
do it.
It's just like it's like going from Blu-ray to 4K.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how they do it. It's just somehow the graphics look better. I mean, I don't know if that's actual gameplay. Who knows?
Whatever engine they're using.
We'll see.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff worth playing. It's more. I think it's more based on old school stuff. To be honest,
there really
I think
is
more realistic. Because kept the brand.
Because they're like
artwork.
Because even Microsoft laying off all these employees.
Because
video games going down is because you guys are making games. You're not making them just fun. Like, you got to look at how some of these other companies. Well, they're just fan service. Duh. You want people to buy your game.
Exactly.
Like, people complain about Stellar Blade for PS5, and then because the chick's too attractive, the game's really fun though. And it's a good game. Wow, fan service. Go figure. Marvel's Rivals. People complain about the skins are.
That's really
bad. It's because you want people to buy it and play it.
Exactly.
And you're wondering why you're spending all this money on games that are going down the tubes, and all of a sudden you're like, they're online services, but you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Right.
You're not focusing on the game. You're not focusing on it actually being fun and enjoyable and returnable.
Yeah.
They're trying to make something to, like you said, for fan service instead of just making it. Now with media, you get everyone's critique, have their opinion instead of just go and make your own conclusion, have fun or not. And
yeah.
So it's like, you got stuff coming out, and you got people. I'm thankful players
stick to the plot.
I
hear a lot of people making old school games.
I read that Sony laid off like 60% of people to developers for some reason because they had too many developers for 6 or 9 months or something.
Well, they laid off. Well, they had a couple big games that blew it.
That should be in the
because
right now.
They were woke as all could be.
Yeah.
And they wondered why they didn't make any money.
Why didn't make it, yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine. Like, you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta have diversity. Nobody said you can't have diversity. Anytime I made a wrestler in the old WWF games or WWE games for PS2, I always made a black dude.
Yeah.
I don't. Better looking than me.
Yeah.
I made this muscular. I made him like he was so jacked. He was so jacked. He had like contact lenses in, so his eyes were like white. Like he was like so jacked in the finishing move. If somebody did the finishing move that I gave the guy in actual real life, it would kill the dude. In the video game, playing my friends, Dave, you can't use that guy. Why? He's not higher rated than Undertaker, just because he's knocking your guys out with a finishing move real quick. I don't care, dude. I don't. Well, that kind of stuff. It's because it's when that's the focus. That's the focus of stuff instead of
we're trying to shove it
like
down your throat.
like I surprised people like a few years back doing a live chat during a live stream of a bunch of guys. Dave's a Star Trek fan too or whatever, and I said who my favorite Star Trek captain was. It's Benjamin Sisko. I don't know if you ever seen Avery Brooks as the actor. He's a shaved head black dude. I don't care. I like the character. I don't care if you're making that the focus, like with the video games. Oh, it's this, it's that. Like that's why I know you like the Dragon Age game, but that's why the Dragon Age game failed. Mm-hmm. They cared about stupid stuff instead of the gameplay, the graphics. They keep comparing like, oh, you spent this much money on a game nowadays, but the graphics look worse than a game that was 10 years ago on a different platform, an older platform. It's because you guys are spending money on something that ain't.
Yeah, because I guarantee you they get a list of this is what you have to have in order for this to get pushed.
Like special effects too nowadays in movies. They're like, why does it look so bad? And a movie 10 years ago looked better. You go tell me. You go tell me because you guys are putting it towards the special effects then. If Jurassic Park looks better than the movies you make nowadays, that's saying something because that's the beginning of CGI.
Exactly. So, anyways, going back to what I was saying is I tried keeping the channel alive while we were on hiatus, to the best ability without having any time. I just like pre-programmed everything one day and just let it go.
Yeah, old school. You put video gaming stuff on.
Hey, kudos.
And then
it takes a lot of work doing it. People don't realize.
And so I went back through and I was checking out for the Broken Controller Club. Mm-hmm. Check out. There's a few people left comments, and if you want to be part of the Broken Controller Club, all you gotta do is leave a comment on any one of the videos that we post, and I go through them and write them down. Sometimes I check out the channel to figure out what kind of a channel it is. Sometimes they're gaming channels. Sometimes there's whiners on there. But anyways, so I give them a shout out.
That's social media in general.
Yeah. So when we do the podcast, I give them a shout out. So this is the Broken Controller Club. Is Poke Ninja? He's been on. He's got a gaming channel. He's commented before. Love to comment. Tommy G, he's always there leaving comments. Joseph Erickson, these are OGs that have been around forever. Thanks for stopping by. And then we have a whiner. His name is Roy Claire, ROIECLAIR 4120.
He's a winner.
He's a whiner.
Oh, not a winner. What's the why? Why is it one?
He commented on a video saying this video sucks because I can't hear the sound or some stupid thing, and it is what it is. I told him, thanks for stopping by anyways. Yeah, there's always room for improvement. Sometimes the card we were using, the capture card, just wouldn't capture the sound for whatever reason. So it is what it is. Eventually we'll have better stuff. Critique. Well, anyways,
we'll wear headsets when we're talking. We'll do whatever.
Yeah, eventually we'll get there. The game room's got more dust on it than my butt crack, so eventually we'll get around
to shower
it.
Then.
Yeah. It's been a while for that too. No, I was kidding. So eventually we're gonna get in there.
Too busy for that too.
Get that game room set up. But anyways, moving on. That was Broken Controller Club. Mm-hmm. If you do need to get hold of us for any reason, I think I'll leave. Yeah, I always leave it in the description. It's GameChat+and Chill@yahoo.com. That's our email address. Actually, there's another one too. There's a Gmail version of that too. Because I made it for the gaming Twitter account. I think I made either Twitter or no, it might have been for TikTok. One of the two. But there's a Gmail and a Yahoo mail. So it's GameChat+and Chill@Gmail and the GameChat+and Chill@Yahoo. If you guys need to get hold of us for any reason, you want to yell at us, you want to give us props on something that you liked or didn't like, just let us know. Leave a message. We'll get to it. We'll read it. We'll comment back on it. Whether it's good or bad, we don't care. We like all mail. It doesn't matter. Oh, I did have a hacker try getting into us though. So that's one thing I did notice. They always send like an email of, "Oh, I loved your channel. It's so good. Why don't you click on this link and then we can work together," or some stupid thing like that. Yeah.
No, you'll be contacted a different way. You're not gonna be contacted with a link.
Exactly. So I was like, yeah, delete. Got rid of that. Yeah. Yep. But anyways, so
they'd be sharing their WhatsApp number or phone number, not like
that was on there too. It was WhatsApp. I'm like, what the heck? I don't have WhatsApp.
I'm surprised people still try that. I've watched shows and it shows someone going in.
I should have saved it.
Over a foreign country and the whole floor building of people doing stuff.
I mean, with my job, you got to deal with people calling in saying that they've been paying somebody else third
party. You're taking advantage of people.
Oh, they'll forgive our this and that, and it's like that's not real. That's them trying to get your money and say they're going to do this, that, and the other thing. Yeah. They're trying everything. Scammers are trying to get anything.
So we're going to talk about some of the videos that we posted. Not a whole lot, just a few of them. Just some of the cool stuff that's going on the channel. There was a few that were just random things. The trip to Lasertron. I was hoping
you guys doing a live stream of a couple of games you were doing. I saw
for Black Ops.
Was it Black Ops? Were you guys playing Mario? What you put Mario up?
Oh no.
What was the other one?
Fortnite
was one of them, right? You guys were doing Fortnite one night.
There was a couple for live.
Yeah, this
for
last
live
week.
streams.
Yeah,
that was Black Ops.
Yeah,
Black Ops 6, but I can't get the audio to work. Like we're like.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to do that.
Yeah, we've checked all the settings. There's like two different settings to check. There's when you click broadcast, and then there's the actual settings in the PS5. We checked all that. So my guess is it's something wrong with the app on the PS5, with the software on the PS5. There's no audio of anybody talking whatsoever. And also, if it would have been individual.
Yeah,
everybody's mic's muted. Everybody's mic's muted.
Yeah. If it was individual, you'd hear half of the people or maybe one person talking, but there's nobody talking. And I have it set to record party chat as well, and it's not doing it.
Is it because we have our own party prior to playing that we got to not get in the party?
No, because I tried that. Because I tried that. Tiffany made me switch it that one time, and she was listening, and there was no voice.
Huh.
So somehow the voice is getting deleted before it gets on to. So I just got to dig deeper into trying to figure that out.
That's the AI, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell you. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
No wonder you're artificial intelligence, and I'm not.
So one of the videos was the trip to Lasertron in Rochester. The kids got invited to a birthday party. While we were there, we checked out the game room. There's like an arcade room, and I did some filming there, but I couldn't get inside to record because I didn't have I didn't pay to go in to shoot lasers, but I think
Yeah.
that would be kind of cool. So maybe we should try that sometime. I think.
Laser tag.
Yeah,
Sure.
just for the heck of it,
Yeah.
film it if we can.
There's something cool I did when you bring it up, like, you know, the gaming room. Chuck E. Cheese. You know, a lot of them are closing. They're making adult Chuck E. Cheeses now. Or old
Really,
school
like
arcade
Dave and Buster's?
like old school arcade.
Ah,
They're starting to release them in bigger cities that each have their
Nice.
own design.
That's
Because
cool.
Dave and Buster's is going down.
Yeah.
Their stock is starting to go down, so they're trying to replace. It's based on adults, like old school arcade stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They'll have newer stuff, but they'll have old school stuff.
Arcade.
They're starting to
skate
open.
rink,
They're starting to.
put it all
They're
in
starting to
there,
open in bigger cities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's something I heard. I
That'd
was
be
like,
cool.
like Chuck E. Cheese. I'm like, I remember back when I was a kid, you see the commercials of Chuck E. Cheese. You're like, I want to go there. I have one around here. But now they're doing ones for adults.
And then
That's cool.
another one I posted recently in our search for the Switch 2. We stopped at Target and they actually had like the old school style. Like you could just try the demos out.
Yeah. that's
Like
on that
I didn't
too.
have time because Tiffany wanted to get out there. But
I saw that.
there was like I think 10 different
I
games.
missed
you
it.
could
That's
choose
cool.
from.
Yeah. It's been a while since they've hit it, but
And
glad
so
Target's doing it.
but that was the one I wanted. I've been waiting for was the Donkey Kong
Yeah,
one.
Target usually the one that would have that. Walmart
So
don't do that.
I clicked on that. I started playing and then handed it to Marcus, and Marcus wanted to try out. So I got a video of that. So
Yeah, I
if
saw
anybody wants
that.
to see.
Remember all that for like before Christmas came, you'd be able to try out a game.
And
Like,
I told my kids like this is what we used to do when
Yeah.
Mom was going grocery shopping.
Yep.
We were here for the whole time.
Yep.
This is where she
exactly.
would find us.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's
Also,
cool.
we posted episode 3 finally of Game Chat. Now with this, I may have to end up changing the title because I don't want to get sued. Because the Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, that's their form of talking. They're communicating. It's called Game Chat.
Oh,
The
okay.
C button is what activates the Game Chat, and that's how you're able to talk. There's a mic.
Spell it a different way. Spell it like how you're not actually supposed to spell it.
I like it with the at.
Makes
Like
some-
chat,
no,
like
no,
chat,
no,
like
signs.
chat. Spell chat a different way or whatever.
That's a good idea.
You know,
Change it
it's
to
like-
an at sign. The A to an at.
I think like Mortal Kombat went the
Yeah.
way they did
Yeah.
with the K. They wanted
That's
to make their
cool.
own
Okay, that's a good idea. So that's all I'll
trademark
do. I have to
thing
go
off the
because I don't
wall
want to
way
get
of
sued
spelling something.
for the Game Chat episodes.
I don't know. Put a
That's too
couple,
bad
cut
though,
a-
because you're not trying to do anything.
Exactly,
Just
and-
look
and
for
I've
something like,
done-
oh no.
But-
Like you can go back and look.
Put CCHHAATT.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Maybe you'll be able to sue them. When we had that out before it came out.
No, because they, in order for to do
Just
that,
saying.
they'd have to.
They got
pat-
more lawyers.
They've got
Yeah, no, well-
that, and they probably patented it 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So
They may have, but it hasn't been,
yeah,
public.
it wasn't public. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, there's that.
We don't know what you're talking about suing. I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
don't listen to him, Nintendo.
Yeah. Okay.
We love you, Nintendo.
We love you.
Absolutely. It's
That's-
That's some of my all-time favorite
technicality.
games.
Yep. I mean, that's a robot.
Some of my all-time favorite games.
That's AI.
and systems. Some of my all-time favorite games and systems are on Nintendo
There you go.
platforms.
So yeah, I'll
Mixing
work on
apples
that.
and oranges.
Yeah, we'll figure out. We'll just change
Okay.
the spelling.
Yeah,
That'll
very
work
simple.
out good.
Simplify.
Simple fix.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the
Drop in the bucket,
episode
actually,
of the
even
Game
more
Chat,
unique.
TMNT Shredder's Revenge. So that's like it's almost like a spin-off of Game Chat and Chill, but it's just a video game discussion podcast. We just go through it. We do like a really fast as possible walkthrough of the gameplay, and then we just discuss pros and cons of it, what we liked, what we didn't like, all that good stuff, and then what could have made it better, or if whatever. Then we rate it. We give it a score just for kicks and giggles. It doesn't really matter. So, anyways, if you want to see that, go check that out. It's up right now. Also, we posted. Spoiler alert: we have a Switch 2. We got one for the game channel, and we just posted me and Matthew playing Mario Kart World. So that was the first video that we got up. I just quickly threw up my phone and just recorded us playing and threw it up there. People are liking them. They love the Donkey Kong Bonanza one. They watched the crap out of that one, and then
I heard that one might be the game changer. That one.
so
And I don't think that game costs as much as some of the games for.
It might
their
be
system.
just hype.
is
but
it seven? Is it, I think it's still $80. I think.
That one's still that much? I
Yeah.
thought that one's a little bit cheaper.
I thought it was
than-
supposed to be cheaper too, but I think from what I read online last night, it's going to be at the $80 mark. But we'll see. I got to start saving for that. I only got a couple more weeks before that comes out. But we're definitely gonna be playing the crap out of that.
Thank
when it
God for
comes out.
third-party games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wonder if there's like a party version of that.
Should
Like,
be.
is there a multiplayer version of it? I don't know. We're gonna have to find out.
Right.
And if there is, we're gonna have to play it. Anyways, so we're gonna do the next segment called Gaming News and Beyond. This is where we just discuss the latest and greatest in video games stuff and movie stuff and whatever, anything news related to that. So I was able to finally get a Nintendo Switch 2, which is what I just said. After the podcast, we're gonna dig into that. I mean, I can probably show it.
What year is it?
2027.
I thought you guys were not going to get one until 2027. You're telling me,
there it is.
I probably
So everybody can see we were able to get one.
Maybe my son's birthday.
The Switch 2.
Kids want one for Christmas. Dad, we want.
Okay.
Can you get one of those for us for Christmas and 3 games apiece? I'm like.
Yeah, they see the videos. It's
I'm like, we'll see.
My son was watching unboxing like.
I couldn't get it on launch because I had to pay rent, but I was able to get it
It's like,
Wednesday.
It's like I told you guys, part of the reason the PS5 was so hard to get for a while is during COVID, and the chips, the manufacturing of the chips in China that covered all these different electronics were spread thin.
Yeah.
So that's why you couldn't get your hands on those systems when they came out, and then people were buying them up like crazy. Nintendo limited that.
Yeah.
Like you can't just have a bunch of scalpers
Exactly.
buying them all the Switches up.
That's why they're only releasing 5 or 6 at a time.
They're not letting people just buy multiple ones at the same time.
Exactly. It's one per household.
Yeah, you can't just buy, down the road they'll let that happen, but people aren't going to make money on
I mean, you
it.
can still do it. I mean, you could, if you can get your hands on one,
quota.
just for kicks and giggles, you could throw it on there for $700 probably, but I wouldn't want to.
But yeah, like a month or two, that thing will be
It'll be everywhere.
It'll be everywhere.
So this is what happened was I started looking just before I had the money for it because I wanted to make sure that it was going to be in stock, and I just couldn't find it anywhere. I went all over the place for at least 2 or 3 weeks looking. I went to all the Walmarts within a 50-mile radius of here, and nobody had it. And then so I started looking elsewhere. So I went to Target. We went to
GameStop.
yeah, we went there last, and that's where I found out information. I'm trying to think where else. I don't know. We went all over the place looking. The Best Buys, the what are those other places like that, like Best Buy?
Circuit City.
No, Circuit City
No,
ain't
it's
around
gone.
anymore. I wish
Yeah, I
Circuit
know.
City was around.
So
There's a couple places.
and then when you ask people when they were going to get it in, nobody had a clue what they were talking about. They either didn't know or they just were hiding the fact that they knew. I don't know, but nobody.
Hey, Joe Schmo,
Nobody was-
there's a switch here. Come
What's in the
by,
back?
buddy.
Nobody was helpful at all until we went to GameStop. I finally
That's
went to
cool.
GameStop on Sunday.
They were helpful.
Yeah, there's a guy that was actually helpful. He's like, we get him in every week. He said, did it come on?
Yep.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
because I did that. I
Yeah.
bet you. Okay. I don't want to get copyrighted here. So, he's like, we get him in every week, usually early on in the week in the shipment. He's like, we get 5 or 6 of them in. He says, just call as soon as we open up, and check to see if they're in, see if the shipment's in. And so we did. Tiffany called Monday, Tuesday, and finally Wednesday they got the shipment in. It was supposed to be in Tuesday, but it didn't arrive until like just before closing on Tuesday, so they didn't get to open anything. Wednesday they were just open boxes the whole time, I guess, all day long. Tiffany drove me nuts. She called like 10 times, and then the messed up thing was as I've been working in the area where the game store is, which is a 45-minute trip, and so we just made it back home because every time she called, they're like, call in half an hour, call in an hour, call in half an hour, call in an hour. So by the time she picked us up, she called just before she got me to pick me up, and they're like, call back in an hour. So then we drove all the way back home, and as soon as we got in the driveway, we called, and the guy's like, yeah, we got him in, and she's like, how many you got? And he's like, oh, a little bit more than a handful, and then she's like, well, can you hold him for me? He's like, yeah, we're not allowed to do that. That's playing that whole spiel. And then she's like, we're half an hour away. We made it there in half an hour. Yeah. So we made a beeline back to where I just came from, and the guy had it. I'm like, take my money. But the only thing is I tried cramming crap down my throat. Like that. Like I know what they're
that's
doing.
how they get. Yeah,
That's how they get kickbacks. So like, oh, you need to get this plan. You need to get this warranty. Oh, the Joy-Cons are junk. Oh, you gotta get this. You gotta spend this much money. I'm like, no, I don't have the money for that. Give me the Switch. That's all I want. And they're like, oh,
Save your time, man.
Yeah. So I got the Switch.
Come back.
We have it. We're gonna play the dog crap out of it. We're gonna test it out. I've already played a couple games. My daughter, she enjoyed Mario Golf. So that's a video I recorded that because I was testing.
The Switch, the original Switch, right? It's from is that the one from the original?
It's
Switch?
the classics.
Oh, it's in the like I don't know.
It's in the classics, yeah.
One.
So, but the only thing is, it only has the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube classics. It doesn't have the other ones.
They should have the other ones on there.
They're not on there. Well, maybe you have to look for them. I don't know. But when I first got it, I set it up, and we played just to test it out with Tommy G. He invited us into a party. We just for a few minutes just played it, tested it out. It worked great, and the video of that's already up. So look forward to some videos from that in the future. After this, we're gonna do a comparison video. I'm gonna break out the old Switch. And we're gonna see what,
Yeah.
see what we can come up with.
Okay.
Anyways, okay. Let's see it. Okay, so the one thing I wanted to talk about was this. Where did this come from?
The store? I don't know.
No, Marcus was dumpster diving.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus and his buddy was dumpster diving. It was. I'm guessing somebody cleaned out an apartment somewhere around town, and the thing stank. It was full of like rabbit hair or dog hair, or it was completely packed,
So completely
full.
real?
Like I don't even know how it's working because it should have exploded. It was so nasty. So we started taking it apart, cleaning it up, vacuuming it out. I didn't get it all the way apart. I think I'm gonna do a deep, thorough cleaning at some point. And I cleaned it up. I took some rubbing alcohol to the laser lens, threw a game in, threw a couple games in, and they all worked. Everything works on it.
That's
I mean, you just have a controller. So, and Marcus said we have his permission to use it for the game channel, so we can throw stuff on there to play. And maybe this one will be better for recording things. Remember, because the blue one it doesn't record the sound for some reason.
Yeah.
So
certain games weren't recording.
we'll have to try it. We'll have to try it and see if maybe the black version will work. So yeah, there's that. I was gonna grab it. It's full of stuff right now. Anyways,
I don't know if that was the big fat model. It would have been dead.
yeah.
That hair, if it was full of hair, that would.
It was completely like we had to vacuum it out. It was bad, and it stank.
A cat killed mine years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I was like laying on top of it. Didn't realize the cat was laying on top of the
That's horrible.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice and warm. I'm gonna lay on the PlayStation.
Yeah. That's
There's cat hair in the vents.
Yeah. You hungry?
Yeah.
Let's see, newest game Bob and played. Okay.
That's what you guys need to do. I think somebody told me years ago. He could probably confirm this. The college, right after they all move out, you go dumpster diving.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Oh, maybe that's what happened.
Because you'd be surprised at some of the stuff that rich, because the parents have money that they throw all their stuff out and they don't want to bring it home.
Yep.
That's somebody years ago would tell me that, like a guy from church, like you'd be surprised what's in the.
Yeah, because my dad.
I don't have the physical ability to go
my
dumpster
dad's
diving at
cousin,
this point in my life.
My dad's cousin. That's how he made a crap load of money over it. He'd find 5 or 6 laptops, and sometimes they were working, sometimes they weren't. He'd just fix them and resell them.
Yep.
And then TVs, flat screen TVs, regular TVs. And this is back in the day. He was finding all this
electronics.
stuff. Yeah, all the college kids just throw everything away. They don't want to bring home.
Yeah, parents don't want to bring all the stuff home. I'll just get you more next year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's so crazy. So the newest games I've bought but I haven't played yet. I got a list of games that I've been stocking up on. Every time things go on sale, I just buy it. Just so that way we have stuff to play. Teardown.
The list of digital stuff I got on the PlayStation that I could probably play is ridiculous. I didn't even play.
Yeah.
It's $2.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I can play it on PS5 now. Okay. Well, let's tell them that.
Teardown. This one it's like it's a creative game. It's like Minecraft, where everything is like pixelated and everything can be destroyed. But that's what the whole point of the game is destroy everything.
Tear it down.
And blow it up. And then there's
Well, they told me that.
there's an actual story mode to where you can, like, somebody wants you to demo their house. So then you got to figure out how to do it correctly, and then you get scored on how you blow it up.
And blow it up.
I know. Yeah, there's
how you do it.
There's a free roam mode where you can just go blowing everything up. That's the mode I'm going to be playing all the time. It's destruction. And then you can build things and watch it blow up. Maybe we'll
That's
build.
crazy. More points for C4 instead of just your regular.
I was so
Dynamite.
impressed
You
by
get like
that.
a torch gun.
And the PlayStation 3, there were certain games that started doing that, where they made stuff destructible, like Battlefield Bad Company.
I loved
Boom!
it. Yeah.
Or Mercenaries 2. Wait a minute, I just blew this building up.
Yeah.
I just blew this whole building up.
Was it Far Cry? Where he's got those mines, proximity mines, and he just leaves around and blows up everywhere. Next one is all the Contras. Obviously, we already started digging into that. We played the newest Contra and we beat that.
There's some really hard games with that one.
Yeah, I got all of them. It came with. I bought the whole
Hardcore is
collection.
really hard for Genesis, and so is Contra 3, Alien Wars for Super Nintendo. That's in that collection. Those are hard ones. Hardcore is a really hard one. It's fun. It's just hard. You'll die.
Next one is Broforce.
I love that game. Yeah, I told you about that before.
You brought it up, so that's why.
I love that game.
And I knew I had it because I.
The amount of guys you unlock is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how the heck I had it. It must be a free game for PlayStation Plus at one point in time.
That's stuff we could play multiple people
Yeah.
playing it.
Yeah, because I was playing, like, they give you nicknames for, like...
Oh, yeah, Rambo, Terminator, Commando.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was playing all those different characters. You have to go find them. They're
Yeah,
like
you gotta unlock them and then you unlock all the guys. It's funny all the guys they have.
I was just testing it out, just farting around with it just to see how it was. And next one is Zombieland Headshot Fever Reloaded.
A zombie game?
Yeah.
Him playing a zombie game?
Well, no. The only reason why... See, I can't
movie.
stand zombies.
Yeah,
Zombies are dumb.
There's some fun
I know.
zombie. There's a really fun.
Get
There's some
there.
really
Get
fun
there.
zombie. There's some really fun.
I
zombie
hate
games,
zombies.
Though.
I think they're the dumbest
That's
things
why you need
ever
to play like
created.
Dead Rising. You really hate zombies because you can mow through thousands of them.
So I got a question for you though, because you're saying this. So is this
I'm not
like
there
a
yet.
standalone?
At the mall, you
standalone
mow
game,
through
but
them
it's like multiplayer. Leave it at that.
Going through my whole life hating zombies,
Mm-hmm.
and then, and then Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare shows up. Yeah, so then I got into that. Right, so I'm like, okay, this version of it
That's a
ain't
cartoon
bad. Yeah,
zombie.
it's different. This version's not bad. I get it. I like
Or
this
Zombies
one.
Ate My Neighbors for Super Nintendo and Genesis. is a good
I
one,
couldn't
too.
get
Oh,
into
wow.
any of the Black Ops zombies. They're the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire life. The game was dumb. I couldn't do nothing. I died all the time. I was like, this is stupid. I'm not playing.
Some of the greatest games of all time are Resident Evil games. There's something like probably the most arguably greatest like Capcom game of all time is Resident Evil 4 for GameCube.
So it's like Doom.
It's still,
but
I think, a 10 out of 10. They didn't even change it with the remake. They didn't even change much of what they from the original game to what they made the remake out of. They made it look better and different, but story wise, gameplay, even the gameplay stuff. It's a zombie game, but that game would probably annoy you though.
So
Metroid.
So
Duke
what
Nukem.
got me actually back, or not back into, what actually got me into it was with Jupiter.
Okay.
Remember Modern Warfare probably.
Mm-hmm.
Remember it's 2 games before Black Ops 6 that came out.
Oh,
That zombies
Call of Duty
is a
Zombies or
free
whatever.
roam map, and you get to go shoot the zombies. And there's missions. It's not like you're stuck in a house or you have to keep building walls. It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a free roam world, and you get to blow up zombies and kill them all, and it was great. So I got into it. I got into that because Jupiter got me into that. So that was my basically introduction into actually liking some form of zombie.
There's some co-op stuff that we could do if we ever get copies of them, especially with the Xbox, like Left 4 Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll try it.
That's a zombie first-person shooter where you have multiple people.
Yeah.
You have
That'd
like
probably
4
actually be
survivors.
fun.
Each one has their own skills. It's a first-person shooter. And you're
Yeah, that'd
killing
probably actually be
zombies.
fun.
That's actually a fun game.
So that was my introduction into liking zombies, was that game. And then obviously me and you would play zombies in Black Ops 6 because that is the same exact or similar version of zombies that I liked for Modern Warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Modern Warfare 2 that came out, they went to a dumber version of zombies again.
Mm-hmm.
So like that game, I didn't play the zombies on that because it was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Black Ops 6 came out, and that version of it I liked. So that's what we've been playing. So anyways, one day I was bored. I wanted to watch a movie, and
You want Zombieland?
yeah, Zombieland. So I'm like, I can't.
You never watched that before?
No, I never did.
Some of the funny, like,
no.
I can't quote the one scene, but I think it's one of the funniest scenes ever is when he's looking for Twinkies.
Yes.
The truck's down the thing, and the kid's stretching and stuff. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "If I'm going down that hill, I'm gonna." He's like, "Are you like?" I'm not gonna say what he said, but basically, "Are you messing with me?" He's like, and he's just like,
"Yeah,
it's full of snowballs. I hate snowballs."
So it was on. It might have been like, not Pandora. It was on one of those free apps where you just get to watch the movies for free. I clicked on it because it was Zombieland, the one that you're talking about. I think it was the second one that I watched first.
Double Tap?
No, I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, I haven't watched Double Tap. I don't think I've only seen clips of that one.
No, I watched.
The first one's
I watched the first. Yeah, I watched the first one first. Yeah.
The banjo. Like,
yeah.
Oh, he's a big one.
Yeah. So I watched that one, and then Tiffany, she thought the same thing. Zombies are dumb. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see it. Like, it took me forever, like a year, to convince her into watching the Zombie line.
They take serious stuff with it and make it funny too. So
when I finally got her to watch it, she absolutely loved it too. Like, I've seen it 100 times now. It's one of my favorite movies.
The Bill Murray stuff's hilarious too.
Yeah,
he gets.
Yeah,
like
I thought the whole time.
I never been a good prankster or whatever.
I thought for sure he was gonna come back as a zombie. I thought for sure he was. But anyways, so then when the second one came out a few years later, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing! I can't wait for it. And the second it came out, I bought it. So as soon as I could buy it, I bought it. But anyways, that's my story about the zombies. So anyways, that's the reason why I bought this game, because before it was still in development, I saw a video of the gameplay with it, and they used the same voice actors as the movies. So it's like, so I figured, might as well get it. So I grabbed that so we can check that out. Headshot Fever Reload. Oh, never mind. The Oregon Trail. I think we brought this up before.
Oh, the old
we haven't gotten to play it yet because I just bought it last time we were doing podcast. I still haven't played it yet. I'm still waiting to be able to try it out with you guys.
Which version?
The Oregon Trail.
Which version?
It's the new version.
PS5?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the same one that the Switch has. It's the same one PS4.
Old school. I don't know.
And then I just got this because this just came on sale. I'm trying to get him to get it. He hasn't got it yet.
That's I did back to Oregon Trail. I remember when I was little in library class.
Yeah.
For the floppy disk.
Yep. The floppy disk.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You gotta type that in to see if that works.
Yeah.
Died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it died.
So it's the TMNT Splintered Fate. I think we can play as all four, right? Shane?
What's that?
With the DLC, right? The DLC with all the for that game. It's a DLC.
I don't know.
Game,
it's
right?
just a brand new game. It just came out.
Well, they got the DLC. I think it's the DLC for.
I know. I got to get that because I think it's.
Oh, there's DLC for it.
Yeah, I think that's what the Splinter's Fate is. The DLC for that Shredder's Revenge
Fate.
with all the different characters and stuff.
I know they had the Casey Jones.
They added like the rabbit that's a samurai from the cartoon. I can't remember his name.
I'm thinking something different.
Yeah, this is a completely different game.
Yeah,
it's a DLC. It's a DLC that they added for the game, basically.
Yep. Okay.
The new stages and characters and all that stuff.
I was thinking a different game we were gonna play. On top of that, cool.
Yeah,
gotta get it.
Bolt Gun. It's like what is that? Like the Superman guy is gonna be playing that character. I think you sent me the video for this. You sent me the link for this game, Bolt Gun. Remember, he's playing it in the movie, or already did. It's a Xbox game. They're big, gigantic, robot-looking, armored guys with guns.
Oh, you like a Warhammer?
Warhammer.
There we go. Okay.
It's a old school. I think it might even be the first game of Warhammer.
They've had so many different versions of Warhammer. Like there's a lot of games.
It's all pixelated,
based on that.
but it's our style. It's a beat 'em up style.
Yeah, I think or
a shooter style, first person shooter maybe, something like that. But anyways. Yeah, we'll just have to look it up.
They made retro a retro version. Yeah, they made a retro version with like over the top. I think it's like over the top, and you're like.
But I got it because I know dang well that it's something that we'll play.
Like XCOM and Commandos.
And then last but not least is the Disney's Afternoon Collection. It comes with the 4 games. I've had my eyeball on that for a while.
And all that stuff.
For PS5, it's got 4
Darkwing
games. Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Tailspin, and Chip and Dale. So, and then you get trophies. You know what I'm saying? I'm a classic. I'm a trophy ho-ho.
Let's get
dangerous. We had a good child.
I'm a trophy addict.
Man. Yeah.
So, anyways, so I guess that's the end of that one. So now this is a little bit more. This is like more of news. This is what's going on. Oh, there's an accessory that's coming out for the Switch too, and I did notice this too when I was handling it. It was getting pretty hot. There's an accessory that JSAUX. They reveal a Switch 2 cooling unit that somehow it attaches to it, so when you're playing on your lap, you don't like catch on fire or anything. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Don't wear anything flammable.
Yeah, it's
It's nylon.
It promises a secure clip-on design, low noise, so you're barely gonna notice it's running, and it cools it down in like 4 to 8 minutes, like when it starts to overheat.
Why is it overheating?
It's just there's a lot of hardware and software in that bad boy. Because you're putting.
Are you kidding me? You guys have owned PS4s.
Yeah.
There's certain games that make it sound like there's an airplane taking off. It takes a fan.
Woo! Yeah.
It's like, what game is making it do that? I better play that game for only a little bit because it's like making the system sound like an airplane's taking off.
Yeah, because Marcus's and Tiffany's PS4 don't even work now because it's that I think it's the same exact model.
Too much load.
I got to get thermal paste so I can fix them, but they just overheat and they just shut off. They won't turn on anymore. Like they'll turn on for a minute. The second you put a game in, bloop, too hot, turn it off. So I got to dissect them and put new thermal paste on them. So anyways, so yeah, that's good to know. That way you don't catch your pants on fire. Reviving Sega, do I hear? Have you guys heard anything about this? Sega president Shuji Utsumi is trying to get back into gaming now.
Yeah, they've been making a lot of old school stuff. Yeah, they've been making a lot of stuff.
He's been focusing on a lot of video, like movie or theatrical and music stuff. For whatever reason, I don't know. Like he's been sticking to movies and music. That's what they've been doing in the spare time with just a little tiny bit of the stuff that they have.
Excuse me.
Like
they're reviving a lot of their old school stuff.
But let's see.
They're up to something.
Yeah, he's up to something.
I mean, they're working on a new Virtua Fighter for crying out loud.
Consoles are going.
He said he's trying to team up with Rovio, who is the creators of Angry Birds, to get into more of a mobile type style, like the phones.
So they want to go Konami's route.
There you go.
Konami focused on like slot machines and mobile stuff's like make money in Japan.
Phone gaming. I'm not really like I said.
Like
I said before, I don't think
mobile gaming.
It's all gonna be
gaming is video gaming. I think it's cheesy.
Holographic projection.
Well, Sega's one of my all-time favorite companies. It's just a lot of the games I grew up with. Like anytime there was a Sega game in the arcade, I wanted to play it. So
now, if I could put a controller on a phone, then I would count that as gaming.
They do let you do.
Yeah, they do, but I just haven't done it. So that's the latest in that. That was like fresh, hot off the press yesterday when I looked it up.
Sega.
PlayStation Plus games for July. The free is Diablo 4.
Downloaded it.
J-Sand and the King of Fighters 15. You guys know those?
I was looking at it, but I was like,
SNK 2. It's a 2D fighter. SNK fighting game. Like the old Neo Geo fighters. It's a newer one.
Okay, I don't know what those are. I know Diablo
King of Fighters those are always worth playing.
Because that came with my Xbox when I bought it.
That's their high-end fighting game where they take characters from their games, like fighting games, and put them into a game. King of Fighters was always one of those ones that did.
Gotcha.
There'd be a huge roster on them.
Just so sad at the end of the last Diablo 4 with the girl. And then, but anyway.
I don't know what happened. You're going to kill it for me. No, I was kidding.
You're going to ruin everything. No.
It's a story. You got to play it to know it.
Now, this, I just found out. Like, obviously, there's that bone thing that they got out, but Xbox has a handheld that they're coming out with. It's called the ROG Li, or ROG Xbox Li2. Whatever that means. I have no idea, but it's just a handheld system, and it's supposed to be able to play most of the games. And the only reason why they say most of it is because they haven't announced some of the other games that people play that they haven't.
Well, they got the Xbox Game Pass is probably what.
As my guess is,
they'll probably play all the PC games that you can play and all that stuff on there. They're trying to compete with Steam Deck and all that other stuff.
I can't remember when that's going to be released later on in the year towards Christmas time. And it comes in two colors, white or black. one of them, well, the black one's more expensive at like $900.
Mm.
Oh no, that's euros though. That's in euros. So whatever that breaks down to in American, and then the white one is going to be 600 euros.
Wow.
So whatever
the
that
black
means
one's
is-
usually cheaper when you get color.
And those are handheld systems. Like, why would you spend that much money on a handheld? Well, I guess.
Well, it's technically not. That's a multiple thing.
Yeah.
Like you can using it as a handheld is a extra thing in my opinion. I'd rather play it on a TV, the Switch.
Yeah.
If you have
same
nothing
there.
else going on,
Exactly.
somebody else is like, oh, somebody's taking the TV up. Okay.
And here's the thing: those ding dongs at GameStop, they tried getting me to do the warranty because they're like, oh, the Joy-Cons are just junk. They have drift and this and that. Guess what? I have the original Switch I've had since launch with no stick drift.
So take care of it.
Exactly. I don't beat on my crap. I have all my PlayStation controllers. None of them have stick drift. Why? Because I don't beat on them.
Mm-hmm. When I use sticks, I'm not going.
Yeah. There's times where I'm gaming with people and you're hearing this. That's how they're using the controls. That's how they're using the sticks. You hear it through their mic. Unless they're going like this playing the video games, how else are you going to hear that?
That's joy abuse, man.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get your stick drift from.
Can't play games without a controller.
Yeah. So
Right.
I wasn't too worried about it. I don't want to get into it too much, but I mean, my cop out for that is this.
Well, there's awesome third-party stuff. I guarantee the stuff
That's not third party.
I know.
That's
I'm just
right,
saying there's
yeah.
awesome third-party controllers that are better than the Switch's controllers
Yeah.
for that. That I guarantee will work for that thing because that's how it works. Like 8-bit dough makes awesome third-party controllers that are Bluetooth.
Yeah, because
based.
you sent me some pictures before.
Yeah, they're like they can play on PC, Switch, and all this other stuff. I guarantee they have stuff that'll be able to play on that thing. And there's some of the better controllers out there. They're Bluetooth third-party controllers.
Good to know.
So I was trying to look into like new games coming out this year, and there isn't really a whole lot that I was interested in.
There's a lot of
like,
old school. There's old school type stuff that's.
I mean,
coming
yeah,
out.
obviously the
That's about
retro
it.
stuff we were talking about, but I'm saying like for like PS5 or the Switch 2.
There's like a lot of remakes and different things
Yeah.
coming out. Like a Gears of War collection, the remake.
Yeah,
for the PS5
Yep.
is like okay.
Yeah, that's $40. That's on my wish list. I'm gonna get it at some point because I was
Borderlands
like,
4 and Metal Gear
The
Solid.
funny thing is, I was like,
but it's out now.
looking on that. I'm like Xbox, Helldivers 2 on Xbox.
Yeah,
That's a PlayStation
Yeah.
exclusive. That's on Xbox.
that's so crazy. They're like, well, I'll give you this one if you give me that one. They're
So it's
playing
like
cards.
still questions about like if Halo Master Chief Collection is going to show up on that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
PS5.
that'd be
There's
sweet.
still, rumors of that.
Oh yeah, that was a rumor. I saw that.
Because they want because Phil Spencer wants to like the whole idea of like console exclusive. That's what killed their system, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because you could play all that stuff on, but also the Xbox Game Pass is one of the best things out there for gaming. You can download stuff. Now if they put the Xbox Game Pass on that and the PlayStation 5,
That's
you
what I
can
heard.
actually download the games. I'll be like,
That's
wait,
what I
this is
heard.
an Xbox
was,
game. It's on. How can I play this on a? No.
Oh, man.
So it's just newer games coming out. It's like
So some of the
For
games
sure,
I'm
it's
looking forward to is Borderlands 4 release. It's in September. Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's in a couple weeks. Terminator 2. That
The
one,
2D,
the 2D one. Gears of War Reloaded. That's $40. That when a couple months back when I added it to my wish list, you weren't able to get it to play it yet. It was just a pre-order. Now there's a $40 price tag on it. So now you can buy it. So at some point, I'm definitely going to get that Gears of War Reloaded just because. Now, what does that include? Is that the same as the Gears of War Reloaded for the 360?
you're talking about the one for Xbox One. No, they changed
came
the
out
graphics.
with the
They changed
first
all the
3
graphics
games.
and everything.
Okay. That was when that Reloaded version came out with all 3 games remastered. The first 3 games remastered for the Xbox One.
No, only the first game.
That's what it's called. The first one was called
2,
okay.
3, and 4. They never not the fourth one. Fourth one was an Xbox One game or whatever.
Yeah.
But the offshoot one that wasn't Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah.
Those games were never like remade or remastered like they did with because the Gears of War that they did for Xbox One was new graphics and all that stuff. They're basically doing that with those games. from what I've seen, and even the gameplay. They have a gameplay trailer, and they showed a cinema trailer. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, PS5. I'm looking at it like PlayStation under the YouTube channel. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, that was one of the games like we talked. I think we talked about way back in the day. I don't even know we went to that subject, but it came up about like games that made you buy a system.
Yeah, yeah.
Gears of War. When I saw that commercial where they had the song and they're showing like in-game footage, and he's running down the alley and they're playing that song, and he dives through the window. And the giant aliens there. He's boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
That made me buy a 360. Gears of War made me buy a 360 when it came, that was available.
That's
I
awesome.
saved my money and got a 360.
Yeah, well, I mean, what sold me the Switch 2 was the Donkey Kong game. I'm not really... Sorry, Tommy G, I'm not really a Mario Kart kind of guy.
See, Mario Kart World, I like the concept. It's like Forza, basically open world. At the same time, I'm like, are you really going to beat the last one that had so much DLC and all this extra stuff and all these extra tracks?
Yeah, but here's the thing, is the open world, there's no story mode.
There's no really story mode in the regular Mario Kart either.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so how's the open world? I mean, the only thing you're getting... The only thing
You
you're
can travel and drive
unlocking-
around and then like unlock different stuff.
Yeah,
and-
the only thing you can unlock is costumes.
So
I'm
like
hoping that they come out with
Mario Kart 8
DLC.
Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch, I'd rather get that and play it on that with
I
all
have
the
that
DLC.
for-
With all the DLC.
Oh, without
Like
DLC.
the ridiculous amount of tracks that they added to that, and the extra drivers, like that alone, all the tracks that they added from old school games that made up stuff, like from the old Mario Kart games, that game's worth playing.
Is Lady and the Cat playing?
Be loud.
But
Like wow.
so yeah, I haven't. Yeah, my I'm like, I guess the Forza Horizon open world thing kind of intrigues me to a degree, just how they do it though.
Yeah, I wanted to get that and play it, but
Did they make a movie of that? I don't know.
it was only a time trial when I downloaded it.
What the
When it first came out for Xbox, that Forza
Forza Horizon?
Open World.
The Forza Horizon
Yeah,
is
that
open
one.
world stuff.
Yeah, it was only a time trial, so I only got to do it for a few minutes. But and then when it came out, there's all kinds of bugs. So
Well, now, yeah,
that's
now, well,
what
they
kinda
got like
scared
I
me
think it was
away.
on Forza Horizon 5. So it's like that's on PS5 too, which is another big Xbox exclusive being on there. But
All right, so
big
later,
games coming out.
so the next segment we're talking about the latest movie releases. I only got a few written down just because the rest there was like 30 of them I was looking at and they all looked dumb.
Yeah, the big July releases is like
Yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot. Like I'm totally, I want to see the Jurassic Park one somehow. We got to figure out how to do that. Anyways, Thunderbolts. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Thunderbolts.
that came out a couple
I
months
haven't
ago.
watched it. I know you can rent it now. It's out for streaming.
It's on my box. I just haven't watched it. I just came across it like Thunderbolts. What the heck is Thunderbolts? And I'd seen it has
I
that.
know it didn't do very well.
It's got that guy in it, with Bucky with his arm
Winter
missing.
Soldier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Winter
Yeah, it's got
Soldier's
him in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, so that's what caught my attention because I didn't know who anybody else was on there.
Oh,
I
wow.
never recognized him.
Yeah.
So you don't got no feedback on that?
Want to watch it?
Yeah, I just want to
Just
watch it.
hit me
Yeah.
that.
If I watch it, it's gonna be one of those ones I'm just gonna have to be
I haven't.
watch it to get my reaction to it and review
Yeah, I have it on
be
the
like
box, so we
brutally
we don't have to pay
honest
for
with
it.
it that they took one of the best villains and made him into a
Go ahead.
gender swap the character what they did in the
get outta
last Black
here.
Widow movie. Taskmaster is not a chick.
Yep.
You took one of the best villains from Avengers
my
and other
Lord.
comics, that the original character from the comics, and then the cartoons and everything else, and video
Of
games.
course.
Yeah.
And
just
you
like
made
video
it
game.
in the Black
Yep.
Widow movie.
Mm-hmm.
You made it a chick.
Yeah, see, I haven't even seen the Black Widow movie yet.
So, and that's one of the and then other characters from that movie. They did. I did see clips from Sentry. He's in that movie and Thunderbolts. He's like super amped up, like Superman, Marvel Superman. But he's like Marvel Superman. John Walker, that character I like from the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. He's like their version of Captain America.
Yep. U.S. agent.
Yeah, he's not exactly. He don't act like Cap. I'll tell you that
Right.
much.
Well, that's the thing
But,
because
like-
because you know I know there's a big debate of like who's stronger or a better fighter, Steve Rogers or because at the same time when he became or took up the mantle of Captain America, I mean because Steve Rogers was before he took the serum where he was at versus
Yeah.
a decorated soldier that then took the serum and then you know, it's just different. It's just at the same time different style because I mean, he killed in cold blood versus you know.
Well, it's not like Captain America didn't do that in World War II.
Well, no, he you know, he punched Adolf Hitler a million times, type thing, you know.
Well, yeah, he never killed any Nazis or anything like that, or Hydra agents, and you know that never happened in the comics or the movies.
Never.
I think we all need a little old fashioned. I mean,
even somebody brought up the point of
it's
Age of Ultron, where Ultron first comes out, and he throws a shield at it and shatters Ultron's body, and people were like made a comment and like in the comments like on TikTok about showing that video. Imagine when Steve Rogers throws that shield at a normal human being, what happens?
Yeah.
A normal soldier, where he's
If
just
he
throwing
gone.
it. He might not be throwing full force,
right?
But yeah, he's gonna.
Ultron would have a prototype and then evolve.
Well,
yeah,
I just saw
I mean, that was just bullshit.
So it's like the whole idea of like part of this, the whole the super soldier, like John Walker, like he's one of those. He's one of those new Marvel in the 90s, make it more edgy.
Right.
That's when they brought out U.S. Agent, his new version of Captain America. They had the Grey Hulk back, Spider-Man in the black suit, but John Walker was basically, oh, look at the new cap, new outfit, and different blah 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 blah. But yeah, I like the character for what he is. But that movie, like, there's so many things that's just like, and they try to rename it and New Avengers because people are like, what's Thunderbolts? Because that's what he was asking me, Thunderbolts. It's like, how about you market it and actually show something? It's like the same thing that happened back in 2014 when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and people were like, it's the way the trailers worked. It's the way that the movie was marketed, and guess what? It made money because it was entertaining too. On top of that, there's a bunch of characters that people are like, "Who are these characters?" And they made them popular. Go figure. Like, you can't blame it. Oh, nobody knows what Thunderbolts is.
Yeah.
It's because you guys suck at writing now
Exactly.
and don't know how to make entertaining stuff. You're worried about certain things that are not entertainment based or making money.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, that might be a rant, but like as a fan of stuff, that's why older school stuff, you're like looking at it like,
it's a big difference when you have a Super Bowl commercial.
Is this like, wait a minute, is this game this? Is it like, what's the focus of this movie's this TV show this cartoon this anime? That's why a lot of people are going to like Japanese stuff, anime,
Consistent,
or because it's like actually based on entertaining people.
Yep. I saw something that was funny. I clicked on a video and it showed. It was in one of the movies. I don't know which one it was, but it showed like Thor and a bunch of them hanging out, and they're all trying to pick up Thor's hammer.
Oh, that's Age of Ultron.
And then somebody moved it a little bit, and he got nervous.
Captain America,
He got nervous, like
he looked like.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, Captain America.
I thought that was funny.
Like Vision, picked it right up.
Vision picked it up.
He picked up. Let's go. Hands it to him. There you go.
Yeah, anybody watch the Ironheart
series?
Intro to Mephisto.
I have no idea
saw
what
that
that
part.
is.
Yeah. But then Dormammu, behind it with I'm trying to think
What's Ironheart?
It's a series on Disney, but anyway.
Okay, yeah, I don't watch that crap.
There's a lot of stuff I know because opinionated on stuff. So I like to watch stuff. I'll take it for face value. I don't throw it in, then I'll watch it, and then I'll make my conclusion on it, regardless of the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a Marvel fan, so I like to see what they do.
I refuse to get Disney Plus. I don't get that.
There's a lot with that, and there's a lot of stuff even with the remark to like downplay Tony Stark that kind of like threw me off.
We used to get.
That's
Disney.
what the whole focus of. That's the whole focus of the character. How they wrote the character in the comics.
Yes.
To make, you're smarter than Iron Man. You can't make up the technology. You steal his technology and try to make your own version. So you're telling me you're smarter than Iron Man.
Right. So there's stuff like that that's played, like, because this character seems like, from the upbringing, it's just like against, and because like, well, Tony Stark was, because he had money. There's a lot of stuff, but because of where coming from, I think that has a lot to do with the lifestyle, and they have that. But at the same time, it's little stuff like that can change a whole persona of a character. But it's just, but at the same time, it's okay to do stuff because it's all about money and doing things the wrong way to get it.
There's characters. Through the history of fiction. There's characters through the history of fiction that had nothing and had to work their way up.
Absolutely.
So you're making, I'm this, but I didn't have everything handed to me because I was some rich billionaire white boy.
Well, hasn't it
that like, give me a break? You're going to use that as an excuse because you're either lazy. Yeah. You can't use this as an excuse.
That seems like a backdrop for a lot of
movies.
You
can't use this as an excuse ever in this country. You can't nowadays.
Yeah. It's completely.
We're not talking back in the '60s when I'm sorry. We're not talking about civil rights stuff that people were treated a different way because in segregation because of a skin color and the wrong way of treating people.
Yeah.
Like It's about this, who the person is, not this. Who cares?
Yeah.
About the heart. Yes.
I don't give a crap what somebody looks like. I care about who they are as an individual. I don't care if he's a Martian Manhunter running around green skinned and looking with red eyes and walking around freaking people out.
Yeah.
I could care less. I care about who the dude is, who the person is.
Yeah.
I could care less.
Yeah.
And if you're basing the storyline on this and that's the backstory, is even how they wrote the comics when they created that character. If you would have read the storyline when she was a kid and the teacher, you would have looked at it and read everything and like, this is a backstory of a villain, not a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're trying to mix that crap stuff.
Well, no, they're trying to make it like it's just the. You're taking a character nobody cares about. You have a history of 60 plus years of stuff that people would actually watch.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie. I have it digitally. It's animated. It's one of the better DC animated ones. But they based roughly the Flash movie on the movie I got. If they would have done exactly what that movie that based on the graphic novel is, the Flash movie would have been a hit and it would have made money.
Yeah.
And wouldn't have been a bomb.
I don't understand why they don't.
Flashpoint Paradox, where the Flash is the main Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, which is that's based on. The Flash is the main character in the story. That's what that was roughly based on.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the timeline for traveling back in time. That is one of the best. And that's like if they actually based it off the actual source material instead of let's do this, let's do that. Like you guys have bad ideas.
Yeah.
Which is you do most movies if it's based off a book they highly source the material. They don't just
nowadays you're
taking and twist it.
Well, nowadays you have the head people telling they don't want directors that actually we don't want you to read the source material.
Tell that to Steven Spielberg.
And don't read the source material. Like even the guy that I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that directed the Black Panther movies.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't his idea he wanted to recast T'Challa for Black Panther 2. He wanted to recast after Chadwick Boseman died.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The family wanted him to recast the character because you're making it out to be, and even he would have been like, I'm not bigger than the character.
Yeah.
But you did to tick your boxes, and you're like wondering why, like the Ironheart thing. Like I would have to really hard not to drink down crap Kool-Aid milkshake every time I watch that show. I would like the clips
have
I saw,
tried it?
the trailers I saw.
Have you tried watching
the
it?
trailers I saw?
No.
And what I know about the character in the trailers, I just made me just like, even as a huge Marvel fan, I can't like that's like me as a sports fan. My team, man, I like everybody on that team. No, they suck. There's certain guys on the teams that are better than me, but I'm not gonna. Oh man, I really want to watch that the guy 53rd on the bench. I can't wait for him to get out there and suck it up out there. You're better than me, good, but there's certain things I can't as a fan. That's like you're making it. You're gonna get this like reactions like there's certain guys like reactions like Tyrone Magnus that has his huge reaction. That's how his channel's as huge it is. He watches this stuff not because he wants to, because people are asking him to and get his honest reaction and stuff. And he's watching the Ironheart show, and I'm like, I haven't watched his videos on that yet, but I can see the still picture and the look on his face. I'm like, dude,
he tells it all.
He's not. Yeah, he's like my age, and it's like, dude, he grew up and he's like, no, he wants this to be entertained.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. Because he's a huge like comic fan, Marvel fan, like all this stuff, wrestling, everything. But it's like it needs to be written a way where you're actually entertaining people. And then you're wondering why it's the lowest rated show. Even when they do something good now, they've ruined their brand. Mm-hmm. Marvel hurt their brand so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars hurt their brand. Even when stuff is worth watching, it's not woke. Oh, why is Daredevil Born Again a low rated show? It's because you damaged the brand so much, and you're wondering why people aren't watching it now. Because they're assuming they're going to be watching. They're not going to waste their time. There's a ton of other stuff people can do. Because time is money.
Yep.
And they're not going to spend their money on stuff either. So they're not going to even take the chance of like, should I watch this? Like that? Like, I don't. If you want to watch it and you can enjoy it, by all means. I don't have a problem with that.
Conversation.
But like certain things, I'm just like,
you woke the bear.
I'm just like Ironheart. Like the character in general
came out.
Ironheart in general. That character is a woke version of Iron Man. Mm-hmm. We got to replace all the white dudes because all these characters.
Is that what it is?
The old school, yeah. Oh, they brought in and they got rid of him real quick after a year or two. They got to make Asian Hulk. We got to replace the Hulk. He's gone.
Yeah.
Miles Morales wasn't written as woke originally. But that's basically what he turned into now. He's better than Peter Parker. He ain't.
Yeah.
He ain't better than Peter Parker. He ain't ever gonna be Spider-Man. You can give him other special powers like electric powers, and he's got a cool looking suit and all this other stuff. Originally, I don't have a problem with the character, like the Spider-Verse movies.
They don't have
awesome.
character.
But the problem is, you're turning it into, we got to replace this dude because he's white.
Yeah.
There's other characters you could build on, like the Black Panther. I waited since I was a kid. Like, he's one of my favorite characters, like top 10, 15 comic book characters in general. And you guys made an awesome movie on it when you brought him in Civil War. Awesome. Chadwick Boseman played him, but you can get somebody else to play him. But the way you write stuff, like, oh, Blade. Yeah, we can forget about Blade. We forget that he's African American superhero.
I can
There's a ton of other characters. There's a ton of other characters, like Steel from DC Comics. I love Steel.
Yep.
Guy's intelligent as all can be, a genius. Made his own armor. Superman died. Okay, let's take this armor and he put this S symbol on his chest as a tribute to Superman. It's like you could do all these characters that you have, but you want to swap them. Yeah. You don't want to build up characters that you could actually build up and actually had good writing for and actually make, like, let's just be honest. Iron Man was a C-level hero at best. And Robert Downey Jr. and how they wrote the character and how he played the character made him one of the most popular comic book characters out there today.
Yeah.
In the same breath as Spider-Man, Batman,
and then that's why
Iron Man's like one of the most popular characters out there. It's because how he was written.
That's why they're trying to keep him alive in that Doctor Doom stuff.
And how he was written in Robert Downey Jr.
Like, he did good for this, and now he's going to bring us more money in this.
It's like you took a character that wasn't as big as he was, and you made billions off of him. He was the heart and soul of the MCU for a long time. Like, he got paid. He was literally on screen in that first Spider-Man movie for 8 minutes.
With Ross.
Robert Downey Jr.
paid more than everybody on.
It's like he only made like $8 million or whatever, $8 million for 8 minutes work or something like that.
That's so crazy.
So it's like, but yeah, I'm going off a little bit like that.
All right, so let's go off on Superman.
Superman. I'm not saying that's not going to be entertaining, but there's certain things I see, even him coming and whining about his dog and kicking down the door in Lex Luthor's office, the new clip I saw, I was like, dude, you're really... James Gunn is entertaining as all can be. Did awesome stuff with Guardians of the Galaxy, the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, all this other stuff. But making Superman a goof and like Star-Lord.
So he revamped the character?
Like, you're making Superman into a goof. And some of the humor does not work for somebody like Superman. It just does
Superman
not. You're making him like Star-Lord.
I think he's always been more like serious type.
Polished.
Yeah, he can still...
except for when he's... when he plays Clark.
Well, even Clark is not even technically.
He was just kind of bumbly, but that was
that's just how Christopher Reeves played the character.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He's mild mannered. In other words, he doesn't make any. He just makes himself out to be the most normal guy out there.
Yeah.
So he's not drawing attention to himself. You treated the character and the humor in it. I don't mind a movie having humor in it. Even serious movies had humor in it. Like there's jokes. Christian Bale made jokes. Cracks in the Batman movies that he played in, and those were serious movies. But you don't have to make the character a goof.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I get you want to have your humor. That's fine to have your humor, but Superman is Superman. Read the source material, and it has nothing to do like Zack Snyder's character better. No, Superman just don't randomly kill dudes. He ain't gonna let his dad. His dad ain't gonna sit there and, sorry son, let the tornado kill me. That still drives me nuts as a fan.
Yeah.
Because it's just stupid. Because he can save him without nobody seeing that he saved him from a tornado. His dad has a heart attack for a reason in the comics and in different stories. Because literally Clark can do nothing about his dad dying of a heart attack.
Exactly.
But he can go save him without anybody seeing him from a tornado. Sorry, son. That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And Superman just don't randomly kill dudes. Oh, wait, I can stop this family from getting fried by Zod stabbing Zod's neck. Really? No. That's not the character. Henry Cavill is one of the best Supermans out there. Plays one of the best Clark Kents out there. I love him. And he cares about the characters. You got all these other people that are just like, yeah, the Superman movie, I'm not saying it's not going to make money, but Warner Brothers needs it to be huge, and it ain't going to be as huge as they want it to be, because it's going to be too goofed up.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's not going to make money, but I don't believe it's going to make $1.5 billion. Just like the Fantastic Four movie is not going to save MCU. How they read
next? What about that Fantastic Four? I don't know anything.
There's certain things about it. I like the aesthetics of it, where they're
it.
like in the 50s or 60s. I like the.
You like that style?
I like that it's on a different Earth.
Okay.
I like how the thing looks.
Mm-hmm.
I like, from what I heard about Galactus is going to look like it, but there's certain things that they're doing. It's like, why can't you just
stop here? You know, if you know.
There's certain actors that are good actors,
Mm-hmm.
but at this point they play themselves all the time. Pedro Pascal is awesome and stuff, but literally he plays Pedro Pascal and everything now. He looks a certain way. It's like when Tom Cruise used to play. It's Tom Cruise or Will Smith. Will Smith. Oh, it's Will Smith.
Play the same
or The
character in
Rock.
every movie.
Basically, The Rock nowadays. He just plays the Dwayne Johnson and everything.
Yeah,
The Rock.
Exactly.
Except for that new UFC movie that he's actually put makeup on. He's playing a dude, actually playing the guy. But he literally plays himself in every movie.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
the same character.
I could tell
You're not
that.
acting.
Yeah, because Robin Williams did that. Who's the other guy that would do it? The one guy that played in. Oh my gosh, what was that movie? The Wedding Crashers. The tall guy. He stands there.
Vince Vaughn.
He does this the whole time
Vince
when he
Vaughn.
talks, and
Vince
he
Vaughn.
talks really fast, and he goes like this, and he
Vaughn.
does the same thing every.
Are you talking about Will
movie.
Ferrell?
No, not Will Ferrell. Vince Vaughn. Yeah, it's the same guy in every movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, Pedro, it's just, and then there, other stuff, the female, we're gonna get, there's people online that are defending the female Silver Surfer. It's his wife. It's Norrin Rad's wife. There was a character in a comic book, a storyline a little whiles ago in another universe where she was the Silver Surfer and saved her planet and her husband from. You're using that excuse to you're just using that excuse to gender swap the character.
Mm-hmm.
Because even people that don't read comics know the Silver Surfer's a bald dude.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just common knowledge.
It's like you're taking one of the better characters. Everybody's wanting to see him on screen again, and even the CGI. It's funny, the CGI of her compared to the 2007 movie, the second one where he's in it, looks better, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
You're spending how much money? You literally own Industrial Light and Magic, the best special effects company out there, and Disney is spending money on something that ain't special effects. We're paying this much for. No, you're not. You're not. The special effects look worse. How are you guys own the best special effects company in the business when you bought Lucasfilm? And you're what are you using? Who you got working for you?
All it is polish on chrome.
Yeah.
See, I'm really getting ranting on this stuff. Doesn't mean I'm not going to watch the stuff. Me going to pay $15 to go into a movie theater and watch it, I'd be like,
hey, we don't have to buy the box.
We were talking about that earlier, weren't we? About that whole. Never mind.
The Jurassic Park movie, from what I heard, even if it's from the reviews, everybody trashing the Jurassic Park movie, the reviews, and even the stuff that Scarlett Johansson said. But from what I understand, that movie's actually really entertaining. That's what it's about. It's goofy. It may not be, it's like if it's entertaining, it's a big budget blockbuster movie.
Right.
It's supposed to be entertaining,
Isn't
popcorn.
Isn't that how movies used to be? Because I remember when the first Jurassic Park came out, the whole gate and all that, and I still remember to say, life finds a way.
Yeah.
Just say, just little stuff, and
that movie still holds up.
Then it's a blockbuster.
I can't wait to watch
32 years old.
Jurassic movie. Well,
remember it.
The only thing I found out about because I found this out because of the toys. Marcus pointed out the toys at the store. They look like, I can't say the word. They look dumb.
Oh, the dinosaur toys?
The dinosaurs. They looked like they're all messed up. And
they got fake dinosaurs in there that they combine.
No, the dinosaurs are these dinosaurs are in the movie, and I googled it, and it's because they're going to an island. Spoiler alert: they're going to an island of rejects.
Yeah, they did genetic engineering. And
where things got screwed up.
Yeah, they did genetic engineering.
One of the T-Rexes has a weird body shape. The head's all screwed up.
They did generic.
Yeah, it's got a back leg for a front leg. It's got two sets of arms.
That's what they did with.
Does it look like a movie, or does it look like Universal Studios theme park ride?
No, they're just real dinosaurs. They're
not real. They're not real. They're not real.
So
they're not real style. Actual stuff that existed in real life.
They're just.
It's like what they did. It's like what they did in the first Jurassic World movie with Chris Pratt, with Indominus Rex.
Yes.
It was them genetic engineering trying to make their own dinosaur. Instead of actually what they.
The misfits.
Instead of actually doing something, and using the actual DNA. It's a T-Rex. Oh, it's a pterodactyl. It's a triceratops. It's a brachiosaurus. But they're actually trying to do genetic engineering to try to create their own dinosaurs.
Yeah, they all look weird.
Like science experiments.
Yeah.
They started doing that with the last three movies. They started pushing hard. I don't know if you saw. I saw
yeah,
the
but
last
it's a
one.
revamp though, because they got rid of Chris Pratt and all the other guys.
Yeah, they're doing probably gonna try doing another trilogy, but that's the story continuing of what they were doing.
Okay.
I don't know if you watched Fallen Kingdom and the one.
Yeah, I've seen them all. I just don't remember them all.
They're going more into genetic engineering.
Okay.
Because the guy that was the original.
Yeah, the Chinese guy.
Yeah,
Not just to
the
create
original
them, but
one.
actually
The
to
Japanese.
modify
But yeah,
them.
they're modifying for weaponized and doing
Yeah.
all these different things to see what they can make out of it.
Gotcha.
Combining
yeah.
DNA.
Yeah, I just know that the dinosaur has like 2 set of arms and the body and the head is all
Godzilla
messed
Reborn.
up. It looks like a turtle mixed with a dinosaur, but then with 6 legs. And one of the front legs is a back leg.
Oops.
Yeah, it's like facing upside down,
So
like
it's
a
definitely
foot.
going the sci-fi route.
It's
This
like a
one
foot
more.
pointed down. It's
It's not like they were going
like all the
sci-fi with
dinosaurs
Jack
were all messed up. Anyways,
yeah, it's genetic engineering stuff.
the last movie, and then we're gonna get into the games, and then we got to start. I got a
Yeah.
Bible study, it's a little fellowship thing to get to. The last one, I saw this, and I originally thought it was fake, so like I just kind of shunned it. I didn't even send you guys links like a month ago when I saw it, and then I seen it when I was googling new movies coming out, and this is actually a thing, Freakier Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Freaky Friday in Disney?
Yeah.
I was a fan of the original, the very first one that came out 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the one my mom watched when she was a kid, and that's the one she played for us.
Yeah.
It has the chick from Nell in it, Jodie Foster,
Mm-hmm.
as her in the original. Her and her mom swap places. So then when the Lohan and the other chick,
Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, they came out with Freaky Friday, which is a reboot of the first movie, which I watched it. It was all right for what it was. It wasn't the original, so I didn't really care for it. But then they're coming out with another one. But what it is the trailer. It shows. I think the daughter is a mom now, and I think the daughter swaps places with somebody. I don't know who, but then for whatever reason, the daughter and then the original mom, they go to see the same person. I'm guessing it's like a psychic or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got excited. She's like, "Oh, you've been through this before."
Oh.
Yeah. And then they stopped the trailer at that or something like that. So I might be interested in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a.
Yeah, it's real. I looked it up and it's actually real. So I'm kind of sort of looking forward. Just because I'm curious, just because I was a fan from the OG stuff.
I'll give those movies a shot, but like spending it over 2 hours to sit something because it's like that time, like your time's kind of like it's time. It's taking up your time to watch. Sit through
I
something.
have to pay for movies anymore.
I know. It's just sitting through, like using your time up to be like.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
This drained my brain.
Using our
This
time
hurt my
instead of
brain.
filming gaming.
Yeah,
or
this
we
hurt
have
my
to-
brain really bad watching this.
Yeah.
It's not just because I'm a fan. It's just you focus on the wrong thing. It's just like.
It sucks. That's why a lot of stuff I
Like a
just
lot
don't.
of stuff I went away from the newer Star Trek stuff, the newer Star Wars stuff. For the most part, it just depends on what it is. Like stuff that I like, and I'll go back to the older stuff just because. And sometimes that gets you not wanting to watch the older stuff because they like me watching the old MCU movies that were great when they first started all the way up through to basically till Captain Marvel. Endgame, I think that movie's terrible. A lot of people, oh, it's great. It's greatly overrated. Infinity War is probably one of the best Marvel movies they ever made. But like, there's entertainment, like different levels of, some of them are like Dark World, Thor, that one, the second Thor movie's not that great, but still better than a lot of stuff they make nowadays because it ain't focused on.
It's like you could tell, like when you go back and watch movies, there's a certain point where all of a sudden the movies in that time era started getting weird.
They did that with comics first. That's all I knew they were gonna start.
Oh yeah, true, yep.
They started with comics earlier and like take characters that I'm just like
Yeah,
I
'cause
grew
they-
up with and like
they
doing
did that
stuff
a
to
long
them.
time ago,
They made Carol Danvers that I grew up with as Miss Marvel and read the comics and liked the character and turned her into an ultra feminist that looks like a dude.
Yeah.
Like she can't be attractive. attractive. Oh, God forbid she's physically attractive blonde woman
Yeah.
that has confidence in herself, but it's not like an ultra feminist.
It
They
should
turn
be.
into an ultra feminist.
It's so weird because it should be reversed. That it should be degrading. You know what I'm saying? Instead, they're praising it.
So it's like, oh, you look like you're more like a dude, and you act like a dude, and it's like, all right. And then we gotta make the other characters like this or that and the other thing. It's just like, hey, certain companies, it's like, it makes. There's rumors going around, which are you recording anymore?
Mm-hmm.
There's rumors going around that Sony wants to buy DC and Marvel.
Really?
And they have the money to do it, especially how much money they're
Yeah.
losing. How much money Disney's losing because of Marvel the movies, and DC. Warner Brothers kind of wants to get rid of DC because of how much money they lost. They need these Superman movies and what James Gunn's doing to make money.
Yeah.
If they don't, somebody that wants to use the material and actually do it more. I'm not saying everything Sony makes is gold.
Yeah.
Because some of the Marvel Spider-Man characters they should never made solo movies out of. They blew it. But what they're doing with Spider-Man, you can't just say, "Oh, it's Kevin Feige's him doing stuff." No, there's certain things that Sony kept them from doing. Especially in that last one that was actually awesome. It's one of the better MCU movies, the one with all three Spider-Mans in it.
Yeah, that was really cool.
They kept Marvel at bay with certain stuff that Marvel wanted to do to woke it up. And that was funny that Sony kept them at bay with that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okie doke. So if they actually want to go right ahead at this point. Of course, I was happy when Marvel or when Disney bought the X-Men and Fantastic Four, thinking that was going to be yay.
Yeah,
And
when
then
they
it's
first did it, yeah.
It depends on who you got controlling it. The reason Deadpool and Wolverine was the way it was is because of Ryan Reynolds and the director. They wanted to keep the source material. They didn't want to woke it up.
Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman wanted to actually it to be Wolverine. So
I've seen so many rumors with him, those guys. I don't even pay attention to half the crap anymore.
It's just social media is what it is. But there's certain things like Sony. Yeah, Sony. The rumor of Sony being interested in buying DC and Marvel is hilarious to me.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to the next segment. We've played this before. Smash it, save it, or refresh it. It's a little game here. This time is we're gonna do a console edition. Yeah, I'm gonna do both. But the first one's gonna be console edition. So the first one's gonna be Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and the Wii. Smash it, save it, refresh it. Smash it, you're getting rid of it forever. Save it, you're leaving it alone. Refresh it, make it into a newer version. We're looking at Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and the Wii. What are you guys' thoughts?
Wii, smash it. Nintendo 64, revamp. Super Nintendo, keep it.
Ditto.
Keep
That's
it.
exactly what I was thinking. That's
exactly how I would go.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
All right, so next one. This is just the games. We're gonna go with Sonic Adventure, Crazy Taxi, and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age on Heroes.
New Age of Heroes.
New Age of Heroes. We're gonna smash it, save it, or refresh it. What do you want to do?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you can leave it as it is. One of the best fighting games ever made.
Okay.
With the characters and what they did with the team fighting, you can leave that as is. I like them to do a new one, but they blew that and they decided to go Sony decided to go third party to have somebody else with Marvel make another game that's like that, basically. Crazy Taxi, revamp that because that's what they're doing anyways. Revamp that. And Sonic Adventure, I know it's a 3D Sonic game and it's a good game, but Crazy Taxi is something crazy about Crazy Taxi that's fun, crazy fun. So redo that, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you can keep it how it is.
I
agree.
Yeah, same with me. I'm going to that route too. Like I don't know a whole lot about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I haven't played that.
If I show you the roster, I got that at PS3. If I showed you the roster of that roster's crazy. And the Marvel characters they put in there, they're
Crazy Taxi, they need to do something.
Crazy
like
Taxi,
they are doing Crazy Taxi.
So, yeah.
Sega's working on that.
And Sonic Adventure.
I mean, it's a good game, but it's like
There's a lot of Sonic.
Get rid of it.
You know, nothing against.
There's already enough Sonic out there. I don't think
great
those
Sonic.
choices.
it's not going to affect the franchise if you get rid.
Yep.
If you get rid of it. All right, so now we're going to play a new game. This is kind of a spin-off of something we've done before.
Okay.
I'm probably going to do this game a lot because I can figure out different scenarios. It's called Body Snatchers.
Mhm.
So what we're going to do is we have to choose a head, a body, and a weapon/superpower of 3 different video game characters, put them together as one being, and we are to defend Earth from Millennia, Blade of Miquella from Elden Ring. Okay, this is who we're going up against. Who is one of the worst boss fights in the franchise because of her highly aggressive moveset and the ability to heal herself with each attack, leading to frustrating battles.
Dark Souls type game, Elden Ring.
So we have to go against this
Off the hip?
this boss, and how are we going to defeat her? We got to pick a body, a head, and then a superpower from 3 different.
How about
Video
we
game
collaborate in
characters.
this? Let's.
I already got it in my head.
Okay, all right. What's Dave?
We got one guy
Oh,
that can take care.
gosh.
Takes on multiple unwinnable odds as Master Chief from Halo.
Okay.
Master
Got
Chief says his
strategy.
head, who he is.
Yeah.
You can put I'll keep the helmet on too. You don't see Master Chief's face like the show blew that. And then his superpowers give me Dante from Devil May Cry because it'll go right up with what Elden Ring follows. What Dante can do with that sword and everything else.
Okay.
And his physical guns. Boom, 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 boom. Body wise from a character from a video game that can do a bunch of stuff. That's super strong and take a lot of punishment. I'll take Kratos.
Okay.
Kratos' body because you can take a lot of punishment.
Yeah.
So you combine those 3 guys.
Okay.
You got the mystical part, and even the
Okay.
firearms with the sword and everything with Dante. You got Master Chief's strategy and how he can overcome stuff, and his brain and tactician abilities, and you got Kratos' durability and super strength and all that stuff.
So that's your defense too, then, as well, because otherwise you have no defense. Your only defense is
well
is
in
strategy.
any Dark Souls game or an Elden Ring, you gotta dodge,
Okay, so that's
dodge,
what
and
it is,
attack,
yeah.
and you gotta.
Okay, so you're going with an all defense guy. Okay.
I'm going with everything that can toast the dude, like toast.
Yeah, all
Because
defense.
Dante can really
Mm-hmm.
toast people from a physical offensive way. So with his guns and sword and everything else. So
All right,
I'm
what do
taking a pass right now. I got to think about this.
Okay, I do too.
That's. I mean. Wow.
And just think, I can do multiple. I can just continue to do different scenarios of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could just the next boss. We have to come up with somebody else to do the same thing. So, like this is one of the
That's a
games
good
where
one.
we could
That's
always
fun.
come up with different scenarios.
the other one I was
see.
thinking about with the head was Commander Shepard, but he's actually overcome more than Master Chief. To be honest with you, if you played the game right, with all the 3 games.
I can't even think. I knew I should have wrote down my own character last night.
If you never played the Devil May Cry games, you wouldn't know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I-
Dante is
yeah.
ridiculous, dude. Like seriously.
So
you know what I'm talking about with Dante, right? Yeah.
I'm going to have to, I guess, my powers is going to have to be the genie from the Aladdin game.
Genie, you gotta have a guy wishing you though.
I
got-
gotta have
seriously,
somebody
why not?
making a wish though. That's the only thing is
Yeah.
is making wishes. But so that's gonna be my superpower, I guess, and weapon. So for a body, oh man, video game body. How about? Oh man, and just think the body is what it scales down to as well. So our character's gonna scale down to the body. Oh, who the heck would it be? I played so many games. Let's see. I can't choose Kratos because you already chose
You can
Kratos.
do pick what you want.
This is one I'm definitely have to think on. Ah, crap. I don't know. That's tough. How about the body? Is that body that game that we played? Didn't like the monsters.
Was it?
The, remember those monsters we were playing that were jumping on all fours and stuff?
Which one was that?
Monster Football?
It was the one that I didn't like. We only played for like 5 or 6 minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is dumb. Just because it's a body. Just a crazy body. They were climbing all over the place. We did a video of it, put up there. I'll show you afterwards what it was. So that'd be the body, but for the head, who would be the head? You know what? Why would it matter now? You know, the head would scale down to that body, and then the superpowers is the genie. So, how about one of the bosses from the God of War franchise, the Motar, the bowl-looking thing?
Oh, the
So-
Minotaur.
I guess. And it was kind of silly, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to think about it. I think Dave's winning, man.
Well, the head thing, I was thinking
I mean,
more of not
the
just
only
what
thing
his
I
head
can-
is actually is, but who the person
I'm
actually
getting
is.
up with
But
offense and
the only thing I
defense.
can do to help you is you can keep wishing to have like infinity lives. So that'd be my help for you.
Yeah.
Because we're in this together. It's all three of us. We're coming in as a character to go defeat this foe. Who's it going to be? Shane's going to pick the Little Mermaid.
No.
The dolphin.
No.
Dolphin.
Echo the Dolphin?
Echo the
I'm trying to
dolphin.
think of a good superpower, though.
He dries up because he's on land.
There's somebody else that you can, like, it just popped in my head from a Sony game.
You could-
Especially the second game, he gets really.
You could pick
amped up.
Borderlands. You could pick, I mean,
I know you can.
Little Big Planet characters.
Well, that's funny to see that in that video I saw with they're showing monsters their actual height and scale in the world in the city walking around.
okay.
They start out with Sackboy being that very big walking around, and then you got the Gremlin, and then you got Chucky, and then all of a sudden you got Godzilla walking around.
Come on, Shane. Shane.
I'm stuck on superpower.
Shane might. Shane's wife probably is not going to let him go on this adventure, so he's out. Sorry, Liz. He's stuck at home. He's stuck at home with this adventure.
Man, I can't come up with a superpower.
Superpower?
That's the only thing I'm
I
stuck
thought of one guy
It has to be beneficial
from
to the team.
from Sony from two Sony games.
Okay.
In PlayStation 3, especially how strong he is in the second one. Superpowers. Cole.
Cole? Coltrane?
Cole from
Oh.
Infamous.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
He can do a lot of stuff from the second
Okay,
game,
I'll
especially
claim
from the
it.
second one.
Okay.
Especially from the second one, where you can
Okay.
actually do different abilities besides
Okay.
the electric stuff.
Okay.
That's
So
cool.
special ability, Cole. I'll go with that. Face of Spyro, body of Geralt.
Face the
Rivia.
Spiral?
Spyro.
Spiral Dragon, and
Yeah.
what's the body?
Geralt Rivia.
What's that?
Witcher.
Oh, from Witcher.
I don't know
Yeah,
that
Geralt.
is.
Yeah, Geralt.
Alright, so
Yeah,
that's
he
that's
gets
who
fucked.
that's who the team is? You think we're gonna be able to defeat this foe? With our trio?
I think
I
so.
think it's possible. Alright, well we should defeat her then. Alright, that's gonna end that segment for the Game Chat and Chill. Who wants to open up prayer?
Okay.
Okay, alright.
Dear sovereign God, dear Lord Jesus, dear Holy Spirit, thank you for this time to be together in your word and for fellowship, Lord. I pray for your presence and guidance as we get in the word today and the scriptures we read. Thank you for your sovereignty, Lord, and your blessings, your guidance through every season, every trial, Lord. Help us to endure and to stand, to grow and mature in faith, and just like to lift up our neighbors and Israel, your people, your children, Lord. Help us to abide and just for guidance, Lord, with every step and with every breath. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, so I send out a lot of stuff throughout the week, and sometimes there's a sermon that it just like hits home, and it just gets a little bit more personal. So I heard this one the other day, and so I just started taking notes, and then I dug into it and was looking stuff up. Anyways, sometimes in life we go through things that don't make sense, but we need to remember that it's just God's way of preparing us for something else. God has a bigger plan for our lives. We already know this. maybe God didn't open what door for us that we wanted opened. Things don't always go the way we want them to. God knows, so He prepares us and helps us to recognize what He wants in our life. So I started digging into that because it's like it's always in our minds. It's a constant thing we always think about. What is it that what's God's will for us? Obviously it's our families that's around us, and then everything we do will reflect onto them, and also at the same time we still got to stay in the Lord's will. And so how do we know what God's trying to show us or whatever? So anyways, we're going to look at James 1:2-4.
Pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. You the James?
Yep, James 1:2-4. We read from the King James version, but people can follow along with whatever they want.
Read after Hebrews. What was that again? James what chapter?
James 1,
Okay.
verses 2-4.
You want me to read or?
Go ahead.
Sure.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. James chapter 1 verse 1-4.
No, 2-4.
2-4.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah, James 1:2-4.
Okay. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
So, unfortunately, count the trials as joy. I mean, it's just sometimes,
Patience, experience,
yeah,
experience,
yeah.
hope. Yes,
yeah, sometimes
that's
things
just
are gonna
mhm.
it's gonna suck, but we're supposed to count it as joy.
Yeah, the whole idea, like the old, the King James, temptation is not meaning like you're being tempted of the devil. It's trials.
Yeah.
If you look at the actual word, it's like you're the trying of your faith, the trials that the Lord allows you to go through.
Yeah,
And like the whole word perfect, it's complete. Basically, you're
yeah.
complete. Not that you're perfect and sinless, because I ain't gonna be that till I'm dead with Jesus at that point.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're not perfect until then. The next one is Romans 5, verses 3-5.
Romans chapter 5, verse 3-5, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us. Amen.
Yeah, amen. So, so tribulations bring forth patience, experience, and hope. So like that's what we're supposed to learn when we go through these things. Even like I said, even though it still sucks, because a lot of times we just don't know what it is we're supposed to be doing, and sometimes we don't do what we're supposed to be doing.
I just want to share real quick from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen." Let's throw that in there.
And I got Hebrews coming up too. So the next one is 1 Peter 1, verse 6-7.
Can you say that again? 1 Peter?
1 Peter 1,
1,
verse 6-7.
Okay. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 6-7. Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, that it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ.
So while going through this is just know that the stuff that we go through, it's going to make us stronger, you know. That's the whole meaning behind it.
Refining.
Yeah, we're refining it. Yeah, we're going through the fire.
So it says in Job about coming out like gold, like when trials, you know, like who does this? What says that in Job? Trials, you things you go through, you come out. They said it'll come out like gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you got to turn up the heat. You got to turn up the heat. Brings all the stuff to the surface.
Yep, exactly.
Like stuff that we were talking about a few months ago about like stuff coming out of my heart that's coming up. The Lord's allowing stuff in my life, trials and different things to bring it to the surface so you can get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically why he does that. Like all of a sudden you're like wondering why the pressure got turned on this way. It's because and then their heart's responding in a way, and the Lord's like, I want that out of there.
Yeah.
So that's why I let you go through what you're going through. I want that stuff out of there.
Yeah. Yep.
That you didn't know was even in there.
Exactly. You don't even know. We ingest so much filth that it just has to come out, you know, and that's the way the Lord does it. Hebrews 12:7-11.
Hebrews chapter 12, 7-11. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof are all partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
And I've written down hardships are discipline from God that trains and makes us partakers of his holiness. And the last one I got is Philippians 1:6.
Philippians chapter 1 verse 6.
Yep.
Which reads,
This is what?
being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ.
So I got written express confidence that God will continue the good work he began in us. So that's
Amen.
like that's like the final, like the reason why we went through all that is because of this. That refining.
Reminds me of actually again in Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me.
I got thinking about that because
Line by line, precept by precept.
because a lot of times, you know, we sit there and we pray and we don't. A lot of times we don't know what to pray for, or we just maybe even praying for the wrong thing. You know, the Lord wants us over here, and we're praying for something over here. And so, like how do you know? Obviously, the doors don't open. It's one way to find out, but in doing so, we still got to go through stuff so that way God can make us better in the long run.
Well, even those doors that the Lord allows to be open doesn't necessarily want you to walk through.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this seems like a good idea, and the Lord's like,
it's not may not be time yet.
It's like the Lord's like, it's like it's. I remember it was a few weeks ago. A pastor was talking about that. Like, just because something's an open door, you gotta really ask the Lord if He wants you to walk through it.
It may not be time yet.
It's like it could be an open door to a cliff. Like, hey, I'm going right through where I want to be. Whee!
Yeah, right down. So I mean, that's why we're supposed to be prayerful, you know, constantly praying and seeking the Lord's will and whatnot. But yeah, hopefully this was I don't know about, I wouldn't say like an eye opener, but I just hope this is encouraging for everybody. You know, just keep moving forward, keep praying, keep seeking.
So like, believe me, I'm gonna step on the branch. I'm not, you know, I'm human, and I'm not justifying or making an excuse for anything. But at the same time, you know, to be obedient and do what's right before Him, and to grow and mature. You know, that's you know, because you know, there's plans that I can have or things that don't happen, and can ask questions or why, or you know, wondering. You know, it's you know, it's interesting how it can be, but at the same time, you know, it's a lot. You know, it's a pause. You know, I'm saying this, and I feel like, you know, there's so many times where I don't do this, but you know, to pause and then really, you know,
you really got to focus on
walking.
What the Lord wants for your life.
You know, and it takes time. And again, back to patience. You know, some things, you know, it's just, you know, you don't know until going through. You know. But I think that there's something with that and peace, and especially, I think when in the midst of something, I can, you know, think back before where, you know, really, especially in trying times where, you know, that was, you know, as much as I can look back where, you know, whether it was depression or dealing with something at the time I didn't like it, but at the same time I was in the Word every day. I was praying, and it's, you know, I think, you know, things are a lot easier, and I'm not spending as much time as I should be. It's interesting how, you know, I mean, that's just an example, but it's just it's so important to be fed and encouraged.
Oh yeah, it's
to continue in His love.
The world is fighting for our attention. You know,
a lot of distractions.
Yeah, a lot of distractions.
You know,
the world is fighting with distractions, for competing for our attention. It just boils back to that's why, you know, fellowship is so important.
God, family, friends.
Iron sharpens iron. It just a continuous circle. Really. You guys have anything else to add? Anything the Lord's been showing you or anything? Oh, is that it? All right, well,
I'm the thinker.
Oh, okay.
no, especially out of that they're all the above. You know, still just you know, one step at a time. You know, it's I'm thankful for times like this to get the Word together, and you know, it's so important. Not just individually, but you know, just know that we're not alone, and God has a plan, and you just, you know, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be opened, ask and you will receive. You know, that relationship. You know. All
right, I'll close this out in prayer. All right. Lord, just want to come before you, Father. Just thank you for today. Thank you for Independence Day. Thank you for the freedoms we have, Lord. Just pray that you be in the midst of this country, Lord, and continue to keep us safe and keep your word going. We're so thankful for that freedom, Lord, to be able to worship wherever we want, and we just can't forget to make sure that we don't let that slip away, Lord. Thank you for the fellowship. Thank you for being able to hang out again with Shane and Dave, my brothers. Thank you for this time we've had together. I just pray for some more opportunities to get together. I pray, Lord, that you free up some time for us to be able to do this and continue to do this. And just thank you, Father, for all you do in our daily lives, the roof over our heads, the bills being paid, the jobs that we all have to take care of and support our families, Lord. And just pray, you know, just to stay in your will. Just pray that these trials and tribulations help to sharpen us and mold and shape our hearts to be more closely to you, Lord. And just pray that you bless our week ahead of us. Pray for a safe trip to PA and back home for Tiffany and everybody else, her sister and everybody that went down. And just pray that you be with them in this time of mourning. And just thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.